We
reference.
came back from hunting leviathans.
There it is. So yes, we did. So I was trying to figure out which of my links I'm supposed to click on to get to the entanglements. Um, and entanglements are like step 3 of your, step 3 of the downtime thing. So we cut downtime in half. I always do the payoff and the heat, and then we stop, and then we do entanglements and downtime activities at the beginning of the next session, because I feel like that kind of leads into what happens next. So entanglements, you guys are at, um, where are you guys with heat?
5.
5 heat. All righty. And I'm going to roll a die because we have wanted level 1, correct?
You have 2 marked on the
Shit,
sheet
you
right
guys
now.
are wanted level 2. I get to roll 2 dice. But I'm
Oh
digging.
boy.
Lame.
Yay!
Uh, Gang trouble or questioning. What do you guys think? You guys want to have gang trouble or you want to have questioning? Gang trouble is your gang out gets in some sort of trouble or causes some trouble for you. Questioning is some of you guys get picked up and questioned.
I'll take gang trouble for 500, Alex.
Gang trouble.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come to some sort of a skirmish between the your gang and the Billhooks. Some low level members of the Billhooks somewhere out in the docks area. Since you are both sharing some area here, you are in theory allies, but I think there's a lot of bad blood over like the original kind of taking turf and stuff going on. And this will cause, unfortunately, all right. So it says one of your gangs causes trouble with due to their flaws. Oh wait, what are the flaws of your group?
Boy.
They are principled. Yes, I think that's. So what I'm imagining is probably the Billhooks were shaking shaking down a couple of shops over kind of overly aggressively, and some of your gang stepped in to stop them and caused a bit of a fight in the middle of the streets. So I think you can choose. Choose to either lose some face, so lose like 2 points of your rep, or make an example of one of your gang members, or face some sort of reprisals from the Billhooks.
That one's tough.
Right.
I'm
So,
thinking reprisals.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
reprisals as well, because I mean it's going to be sooner or later, and we don't want to
Yeah,
weaken
and I think,
ourselves.
yeah, and so I think this probably, I think this like surfaces to you guys as some of the boys coming back to the warehouse, and which it is a shipping warehouse, right? That you guys are out of. Come back to the warehouse, and they look a little messed up, but are kind of laughing and joking about how you should have seen the other guys.
Oh boy. I do. I'm gonna bite my thumb at you, but I do bite my thumb. Gotcha.
I'm thinking I'm gonna, in response to all that, eventually now I have a new little goal,
Yeah.
which would be to have a meeting with the boss of the bill hooks and
Yeah.
explain to him that if you rough up the people you're taking money from too much, they won't be able to make money, and then you will be hurting your own enterprise. So maybe he needs to rethink how his boys do business.
Okay. So let's push that out into the kind of open play stuff. So we'll do
Yeah.
the downtime next. Just knowing that that's kind of on the horizon, some sort of confrontation with the bill hooks.
Well, I mean, yeah, Min wants to
Yeah.
push that.
Whether it's just a social conversation or something else.
Right.
Yes, you guys. That is 1,000,000,000% up to you guys. So for downtime, you know what? I'm just going to start again, like I usually do, because it keeps me straight, with just going in order of the characters' portraits on my screen. What does Min want to do for her first downtime activity?
Oh, good question. This character sheet. What does Min want to do? Let me look at the down. I'm sorry, I wasn't as
No,
ready
that's
as
okay.
I should have been.
While she's waiting,
Yeah.
does Aldo or Christoph have a downtime activity they want to do?
Aldo is going to be training resolve.
Okay.
How to win friends and influence people. So I have enough points to get a third dot in command.
Nice. So this is
Yes.
going to be like what does it look like? This is like like some sort of I don't know. Is this like practicing with the gang or something or what?
Um, yeah, uh, basically, you know, talking people down from like getting into fights, leading them, strategically to make sure the other guys go home looking worse than we do.
What if you're the one in the gang? If you're the one to have kind of have to talk down the group, the gang after they come back from the fight
Yeah.
and try to
Yes.
get them back in line.
Yeah.
I think I know
Yeah.
what I want to do now. If it's
All right,
okay.
let's hear it.
I want to try to acquire an asset. I've never done that.
Ooh.
And I don't even actually know what the asset needs to be for. So do I need to know that in order to, or can I just say I'm
So-
acquiring an asset for us to utilize at some point in the future?
So acquiring an asset is it's something permanent.
Oh, I thought
so-
it said temporary use.
Is it?
Acquire temporary use of an asset will accrues tier. The result indicates the
Oh, okay.
quality of the asset. And you can spend coin to bump the tier.
Long-term project would be the permanent thing. I'm with you now.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking, maybe so I would like to leave it vague, but if
Okay.
you need specifics, I have thought of something.
Okay,
So,
let's hear a specific one.
so the asset would be someone inside, since I'm now interested in the bill hooks and how they manage their
Mhm.
affairs, right?
Mhm.
I would be someone on the inside of the bill hooks, like a mole or a spy,
Yeah.
someone that I can get some information from about them, in the future. Does that make sense? Like somebody in the bill
Oh,
hooks who
I like
owes me
this.
a favor, like one favor or whatever.
Cool. Go ahead and give me your. How are you going to acquire this asset then?
That's a good question. Probably require me to look at my character sheet, which I totally can do.
I know. I believe in you.
I know you
Their
do.
their mom is sick, and you're making them a potion to help her.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that. Would that be finesse? Maybe no, that's misdirection. I don't know. Oh, maybe tinker.
Yeah. I can
So they
accept it.
yeah, okay, I like it. And then
Going with Lehman's suggestion, I'm down with
yeah,
that.
yeah, I like it. So position.
I'd say it's controlled because
Okay.
you're not going to die doing this.
If
Probably.
standard
Yeah, I think so.
bonus dice. How does I just read what it said, but didn't
Oh,
but
so
didn't retain what it said. about because you.
Yeah, I think you just roll. I don't think there's necessarily
It
bonus
says
dice.
roll the crew's tier.
Oh.
The result indicates the quality of the app.
Oh, so yeah, I was wrong. So never mind. Don't do
not
that.
Me, I'm not
So
rolling.
you're just rolling one die.
Okay, because we're tier 1.
Yep, yeah, I guess tier 1.
I know how to do maths and stuff. So I'm just gonna roll. Can I just click on hunt to
Go for it.
roll since it's a 1 die thing? And there are ways to roll dice, but I've already forgotten them. So okay. And then so I got a
A
1, so I have a miserable asset. Let me look at the coin
If you
thing.
spend
Yeah.
coin, you can bring that up to a standard, a tier 1 asset.
You know what? I'll do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
spend a coin to get myself a tier 1 asset.
So the potion you made sucks. So you went and bought one
Yep.
and then pass it off as yours.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I tried to make something that would work, and then I knew it failed. So I went to my apothecary friend, and she mixed it up for me real quick, and we were fine. It just
Okay. Yeah, Stasia,
Yes.
Stasia, bailed you out.
Yes, she did. She's my good buddy.
That's cool. All right. So yeah, you get this guy who claims to be in, tight with the head of the bill hooks, whose name I forgot, and says yeah, if you need a meeting with her, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I can absolutely get you in.
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking to like pay her more or something.
So, I mean, I guess I was hoping that this would just be an asset that I could use later when we
Okay.
like for
Okay.
a non-specific, like somebody like I just wanted to set it up so somebody in the bill hooks feels like they owe me something.
Got it.
So that when I do whatever action I want to do about the bill hooks business practices, I'll have one guy on the inside
I love it.
for whatever. Okay.
And I'm down with it.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Looks like Lehman is next. So Vetcher and Rain.
So Vetcher will go to the Vracha and do a little healing.
Okay.
Because I still have bruising.
Ah.
If you see our doctor, you get an extra die.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Boy,
5 is
2. Okay, I am at 2. And that is a first down.
and you can, if you spend a coin, it'll be 3.
Yes, I have no coin to spend.
Ah, very good. Vetcher has been his little scrap of cash, huh?
Yes, I have been funding a little temple thing.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, you have not brought like the rest of the gang in on, right?
Correct. They did not seem too enthusiastic when Mr. God was like, "Hey, what do you want me to give you as gift?"
Right. Yep, I'm with you. All right, so next will be Pete.
I'm gonna try and heal up.
Groovy. You're pretty tough,
So
so healing is pretty easy for you.
How many dice
Uh,
do, is it 2 or 3? Because we've got the healer, and then I get +1 for being vigorous.
yeah, I think it is 3 because you're a really tough dude. Good.
So if
Right.
that's 2,
That is 2 or 3 if you spend a coin.
well, I only need 2, and that heals me all the way up.
Okay. I was not looking at your character sheet at all. All right, Guthrie.
I think for my first activity, I will just train insight, and so that's 2 pips from our gang, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I will train up hunt, and I guess that means that I will be asking Dashel to show me how to actually shoot these pistols that I've got. So that will give me
Not a problem.
1 point in hunt.
And so in Joe's case, he only got 1 point, right, for training in resolve.
Yeah, we only get 1 point if it's resolved, but if it's insight prowess, we get 2.
Rivet. Okay, now it would be back around to Jenny, but she stepped away. So Joe, what else you got?
I think I'm going to do a little bit of training in insight.
Cool.
Yep. Yep. All those taking some time to think about things
Yep.
and learn.
Yep. And because resolve was the other one you trained, you can train in insight.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't train in the same thing twice.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, Lehman, what you got?
Yes, I will train a little to advance my playbook.
Wow. All right.
Uh, so I now have Devil's Footstep.
Interesting. Tell me about Devil's Footsteps.
Yes, so when I push myself, I can choose to perform a feat of athletic that verges on superhuman, or I can maneuver so well that my opponents are confused and attack each other.
That's so fucking cool. And fits insanely well with with this character. I love it. Okay. All right, Pete. What's next?
I am going to indulge in my vice.
See. What is your vice?
Well, last time I went with Case and was reading books, but this time I'm gonna get together with the gang and talk about killing a leviathan. I mean,
Sweet.
it was so big, it was so scary, but we killed it.
Nice.
And it's not the same as killing people. I mean, this thing was so much bigger and meaner and tougher, and just the thrill of taking something that huge down. Of course, it's not as it's not like taking a bunch of thugs down, but still, I mean, the being able to kill something that big and that fearsome.
Right on.
But I really hated getting on that boat. You guys remember taking those troop transports
I would do.
to the places that we went, crammed in those holds with everybody getting seasick and puking on each other, and
And only about half of us coming back.
God, I hate boats. But it was so cool shooting that leviathan.
Here.
And just go.
Whoa. Wait. Go ahead and sing us a sea shanty then.
You know I don't like to sing.
All right, all right. And there's big laugh about over that. So go ahead and take your roll then, dude. You go off of your lowest trait. Is that resolve? Holy shit!
I've got 4 stress, but I can reduce that by 2
Oh. Now wait, why can you reduce that by 2?
Functioning
because I
vice.
have functioning vice. When you
There
indulge
you
your
go.
vice, you may adjust the dice outcome by 1 or 2 up or down.
Well done, sir. This has come in handy. Cool. All right, Guthrie.
I think I'm going to go back to researching how to get out of a deal with the demon.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to go back to the spend some time in the night market.
We may also want to try and reduce some heat.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of probably the third action, either myself or is that the same roll for regardless of who makes it?
Maybe, yeah. I think
Yeah, I
I
guess.
think
so.
Yeah.
you might have the best skills for that. I was thinking maybe since we had that tussle with the bill hooks,
Bill Hooks.
you might be able to go and talk to the blue coats who are slightly favorable to us and try and pin the blame on them, on the bill hooks. Try and sway or
Didn't Bill Hooks have better connections with them than us?
that I don't remember.
I believe the Bill Hooks are a higher tier than you guys.
But I don't think they've got a better in with the blue coats.
You know what? They might.
I just remember us trying to do that before and it not working out well because they. I could be wrong, but that is how my memory serves.
Or we could try and pin something on the red sashes.
I believe Retro is correct that the. I'll go ahead and tell you because, because it's a long time between sessions. The Bill Hooks do have relatively close ties with the blue coats. I would suggest probably better than yours. Definitely better than yours.
Anyway, but
Oh.
that's
However, and I don't know that we've been really clear about this. Most people, like the citizenry of the docks and Crow's Foot and such, do not like the bill hooks because of who they are.
Right.
so maybe we could just start some rumors or something that kind of puts the general populace against the bill hooks.
Oh, they already are.
Yeah,
even-
so I was thinking that if I spend my third action on reducing heat, so we were talking about having try to lower the rep of the bill hooks with the blue coats. And it sounds like if the population around is already against the bill hooks, probably spend a coin to kind of bribe some of the population to actually, put on the record that they witnessed the bill hooks doing something.
beating up shopkeepers.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So right now they're probably just they probably don't like the bill hooks, but they're not so against the bill hooks that they'll go and into the blue coats. But I think some coin will probably cement that reports.
All right. All right. So I think first we should do your research on getting out of the deal.
Yep. So I delve into the night market and talk to people that less than reputable people and find all kinds of unsavory books to read. This is study sound right
Nice.
for
Hold on, I had some notes somewhere on this. Give me a second here.
and I do also have that I'm still looking for a simple lie from the neighboring occult shop.
All right. So how many? That's 2 pieces. Let me. Let me figure out again. How do I modify a thing? Use a side. Here we go. Do. So 2 more pie pieces on this get out of a deal thing. You are potentially one more good roll away from solving all this. You do find some descriptions of various, an Eruvian. Yeah, there's some a collection of Eruvian songs put to paper that that speak of various forgotten gods, and there's one that stands out to you, like it like rings true as the one that seems to hold this contract. Um, somebody called the Black Sand Snake.
That that is someone who rings true for holding the contract.
For the one that your sister has the contract with.
Black Sand Snake. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's specifically that yeah, that it seeks out clients, and these clients become mutated beasts that serve it, which sounds a lot like what has happened to your family member.
Okay. Black Sand Snake, and that's do I have any inclination of where they operate? Do they operate land globally or between here and Aruvia, or
No, I mean you don't have a. Yeah, unfortunately you're missing that information, but you strongly suspect that it is within that tome. The simple, is it the simple lie?
yeah, a simple lie?
Yeah, a simple lie. Yep. But have not yet found that book.
Okay.
All right. Jenny says she's having some tummy issues. She's going to train. We'll figure out what that is later. So then there's, and I believe Guthrie has access to an additional downtime that he can take for himself or can offer to somebody else.
So I'm actually going to go with what we were discussing before and spin that coin to get some of the people within the docks and Crowsfoot to file official reports, and we'll try to pin a lot of blame for a number of things onto the bill hooks here.
I feel like you're offering too much here. So just doing, you can just go around and do that work. The talking to people and like convincing them to do your thing. You could like spending a coin. You could like get an extra downtime to do another thing. That makes sense. Like normally you don't have to spend the coin unless you want to like make something more effective after you've rolled and see how you do, or you want a whole nother downtime.
Well, can I just spend it for an extra die or something? Because it seems more thematic to.
Oh, okay, I'm down. I'm dead. I will. I accept. I accept. So
Okay.
go around with a small, with a money pouch, picking some people off. Pick a date. This is maybe a sway, I would think. What do you think we're using here?
Sway is the one to sway someone with charm, logic, deception. Yeah.
Change
Change
attitude
attitudes or behavior. Yeah. So
with
that.
manipulation.
I would accept a consort too if you wanted to sell it to me.
I think sway sounds very much so.
I'm down.
Because
Right.
consort is just to gain access to resources, information, people, or places.
You like consort as like going out drinking with people or like partying with them or like being congenial with folks. Swaying
A
is
little more long-term-ish.
Yeah, that's what.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this effect is.
But with a really good, with a really good explanation, I will accept any skill for any role. I'm serious. Like if you guys can come up with a reason that it works, I'll take it.
Yeah, just wait till I use command in close combat.
Okay.
Convince someone to
Yeah.
punch himself in the face till he's unconscious.
Oh, you got it. Man.
But so
like,
maybe this will.
like as opposed to games like Pathfinder, like I want my my default answer to be yes in this in this game.
I think as part of this, so sway makes sense right here. This is my opening move, and
Yeah.
maybe I will develop some more long-term relations that I could use consort with in the future. Would make sense to me. So despite sway being lower than consort, thematically, I think.
I love it. Yeah.
Is this standard effect or limited? Since are we
Standard.
at this?
Let's spend the money on it. Let's do this.
And bonus die or
Yes.
okay.
Get by.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's a moderate success. What is that usually for reducing heat? 'Cause I don't have my downtime sheet at the moment. Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
Downtime. Reduce heat. That costs 2 points.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go ahead and put those down. So I should be at 3. 1, 2, 3. Take a little bit of heat off. Focus a little bit on the bill hooks. How do you want that to go down then? This is people, people making complaints to the to the blue coats. Putting a little bit of pressure on them.
So optimally, it would work out incorporating this most recent altercation wherein our gang members were really stepping in when the billhooks were just kind of paint them as way over the top on their behavior and their usual shakedowns.
I have because it's usually like a success with a penalty. I mean, just for the hell of it, because I think it's cool. What happens is because you guys have at least like a moderately good relationship with the Bluecoats, and not as good as what the Billhooks have or whatever hold they have over the Billhooks. The the local station chief is relieved of his duties and replaced by somebody else. And the result of that is going to be that both you and the Billhooks are going to lose faction standing with the Bluecoats. You're going to be kind of starting over again as far as the Bluecoats go. What do you think?
Okay, but it puts us more so like a step back for us and
Yeah.
2 step backs for the billhooks about.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's like a step back for you guys, but like 2 steps back for them. Exactly like that. It definitely hurt them more than it hurt you.
Seems legit.
And while you might still have maybe 1 or 2 of the Bluecoats that you're on pretty good terms with, like they're like kind of marching orders are, we're gonna clean up the docks. I love it. Okay, so I think this brings us to yeah.
Quickly, I would. Rain would like to spend a coin to indulge Smythe.
Yes, thank you, Lehman. I made a mental note and then I forgot that mental note. So yes. So Rain's gonna spend a coin to do some getting rid of doing the vice. Uh-oh. Ooh, so I think when you say Rain goes out on a bender, expends
Shopping, yeah.
She spends way too much money
Yep.
and is now like kind of laying low from debt collection. How do you feel about that?
Her vice is shopping.
Yeah.
So yeah, she probably went out, bought some stuff on credit. And
Yeah. Exactly. Managed to get away with a charming smile and stuff, but then, now she has to kind of lay low, and she's not going to be. She's not going. She certainly won't be available for a mission today.
Mm-hmm.
Or for this segment.
Right.
I like it. Anybody else want to spend coin for another downtime? I hear silence. Unless that was Joe saying me.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to spend one and just do another training session to get have a training in each of them. Might as well do some
All right.
extra time at the gym. So now I've trained insight, prowess, and resolve. Woohoo!
Nice. And he's still carrying some stress, so he's like, I think, like everybody notices he's still a little twitchy in the while he's there, like obsessively doing training.
Hey, Joe,
Yes,
you can only train once.
for each attribute.
Oh, okay.
It does say once for each attribute.
Yes.
Each track. So
Each track, yeah.
if you spend
Okay.
another one, you could do it for your playbook advance.
Yeah.
That's true. You got cash. Might as well fill out the whole thing, man.
Oh. Sure, why not?
Go for the tetrumvirate.
Yep.
Would that be?
Yep. So, yeah.
Just to say you did it.
Yep. Might as well. Um, okay, yes. So I've trained up a little on every track.
Sweet. Before we get into open play, has anybody ever played any other Powered by the Apocalypse games?
No, but I did buy Band of Blades recently.
What is Band of Blades?
It is, if you can imagine like this world outside of Duskville,
Oh, okay.
where you are part of an army that is being shredded and you're trying to get back to your home
Nice.
before the undead destroy you.
Nice.
Wow.
That sounds bad.
It's
Although
like
it's
Twilight 2000 in a Lovecraftian apocalypse.
they also say these rules can be used for any type of anobasis. So they even like brought in Battlestar Galactica and other type things. But
Yeah.
the main difference is you control leaders of your army as well as the grunts. So like the leaders plan the stuff and then the grunts do the stuff.
Sort of like Ars Magica.
Yeah, somewhat, I guess. Yeah.
You have like your Archmage and your little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there, I mean, there are a number of other like Powered by the Apocalypse games, that I've listened to a podcast of Monster of the Week, which is pretty cool because it's like a sort of like Scooby Doo almost.
Oh, these are
Where-
a little different. These are like a subdivision that is forged in the dark. Is
Nice.
that are offshoots of Powered by the Apocalypse. So
Yeah, Powered by the Apocalypse games. There's the Monster of the Week, which it's almost like a Scooby Doo sort of thing, or like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where you like spend a session, you spend like a series of sessions like hunting down a monster, and like it like by the rules it will kick your ass until you like learn enough information about it in order to defeat it. And then yeah, there's some others like I also bought the Avatar: The Last Airbender role playing game, which is also a Powered by the Apocalypse game, which is similar stuff. And then there's Apocalypse World, where it all came from. Anyway, so and Dungeon World, which is a goofy Dungeons and Dragons world with kind of the playbooks and everything, sort of like this,
Okay.
which I do want to play someday because it sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
But an entirely different feel. All right, so let's get to open play stuff. Is there anything? Uh-oh, did we lose somebody?
Hmm?
Pete.
What?
We lost Jenny.
Jenny.
That's why. There are fewer icons, but Jenny just hasn't come back from having her tummy issues. So, yeah. First, does anybody have like a thing they definitely want to do right now for open play?
With my doggy.
What are you going to do with your doggy?
Well, my dog's kind of a combination German Shepherd and Border Collie,
Sure.
so pretty intelligent.
Okay.
Um,
What does it look like?
what's that?
What does it look like?
Looks like kind of a combination between a German Shepherd and a Border Collie.
All right. And does it have a name?
Dog.
I accept. And does it just like hang around the headquarters?
When it's not with me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does it hang out with other people or just you?
Um,
Does he like
it'll hang out with the gang.
right?
It knows the people that I associate with, so Aldo, Min, Vetcher, Case, but also the crew. I mean, it would go with me to the sessions.
Right.
at the bar and stuff like that.
Alright.
So
I find it interesting you refer to your dog as it, not he or she. Is that because you don't even know the gender of this dog? It's just
I don't.
dog.
It's dog.
Okay, all right, I'm down.
But I want to work on training it so that standing guard, like if I go and get into a sniper position, like up on a roof or something, it can hang out by the door to the roof and let me know if somebody's coming, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's got a better sense of smell and hearing. So,
And what is the general temperament of dog?
with the people that I'm familiar and on friendly terms with, it'll tolerate being petted, but anybody else, it'll growl if they try to approach me, or again, it's protective of me.
So, in general, a dog that is only barely tolerant of most human beings and follows you around like dutifully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Want to make sure I get the picture.
I'm
and
get, I'm
picture.
getting the kind of the idea of the John Wayne movie, and all of a sudden I forget the name of which one, but he's got a dog named Dog.
Is that was it Moose was it Rooster Cogburn? No, wasn't it?
No.
It was
It's the one where his grandson gets
yeah,
hit
is it McLean or something like that? He was
with
McLean.
candles or something like that.
Yes. I do remember that movie. Yep. Okay, I'm done. Yeah.
I looked. It is called Sholly. I put the picture in Discord.
There it is. Charlie. You got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you spend time hanging out with dog, training dog when you're down on your belly or something to like be on the lookout. Right, who's next? If anybody has a compelling thing they want to do. Or uncompelling. I can
Let's
accept
see.
anything.
So,
Go ahead.
so did we want to try to? Oops, what happened? You acted like you went to sleep. Am I still coming through?
I can
Yes.
hear.
Yeah.
Yep. I hear you.
So, do we want to try to continue the kind of milk that contact with the Leviathan hunters and the wife of Captain something or other? So, we did find out that it was the songbirds. So I was thinking about leaving her a letter that we had taken care of the contract, and that if she has if there's any extortion coming out of the songbirds, then we could be a group that could help her out in the future.
Yeah.
How would we have somebody contact us kind of anonymously? We have,
Well,
we
didn't
have
Dimmer Sisters?
I guess we could use the Dimmer Sisters as the go-between.
You could.
Yeah.
You do know that it was Lady Travatsky.
Lady Travatsky. So
Yep. They never really got the first name,
Right.
the first name of the captain, but of course it was Captain Travatsky.
Ahab.
Okay. And so
It could
is
be.
she
Sure, I'll accept Ahab Travatsky.
so she may or may not who actually ended up with the contract. So I guess I'll just slip her that bit of information to hopefully establish some goodwill there,
Yeah,
so that we can help her out more directly in the future. So
yeah.
that's all I had.
Okay.
The only thing I'm thinking is that we might need to escalate a little bit with the bill hooks, since they are interfering with our business and our people.
Yeah, I think we need to come up with ideas to undermine them. And
We could
I mean,
try to convince them that, well, convince some of their lower level operatives that they do not want to be working with the bill hooks at the moment.
I mean, you guys are helping to fund them as well.
Uh,
is there anything like counterfeit coin?
Um, I mean, you could just not pay and see what happens.
Well, it would be nice if we could do something that would like be a little bit more long term and harder to detect. If we could start slipping them counterfeit coin and then plant the rumor that they are using counterfeit coin.
Right. So again, a coin is the uh, it's kind of a generic term for like a unit
Right.
of wealth, right? So a coin is approximately like a like a coin pouch worth of full of coins, right? Or and I think it said like
Oh yeah. So if we could like pay a coin to get like the gold melted down and reapplied over some lead coins or something like that.
yeah, or I mean you've got like a leech who could probably do that kind of stuff. Even you could have men make a bunch of fake coins for them, and jewelry and stuff like that.
So maybe our next payment will be in fake coin, and then
It's an interesting
or
idea.
you guys want to go with a long-term con like that, or do you want to try to do something quicker?
I love Joy's explanation. She's like, "Yeah, we really should escalate things with those guys."
eh, yeah.
I, yeah, I think the long term. I mean, long term is a relative term.
Mhm.
Or Dash will just go murder them all now. So.
I'm good with that.
I'm thinking less murder and more just, just talking with some of them, convincing them that they need to be somewhere else.
And then I can murder him.
Just, I mean, it's their own fault. Silly enough to remain. So it's
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like Yojimbo, where he's telling some of the gangsters to go back home to their mothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Since they're set behind with the blue coats, so I think if we've set them behind with the blue coats now, and then if we do the counterfeit con on them, that might set them back a little bit farther. So once things do escalate between us, I would isolate them a bit more from any sort of friends. How did you want to go about trying to convince some of their people to leave?
I just talked to them. I would just need to talk to a few of them.
Take advantage of that new command point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find out who their doctor is. Maybe we can take out their doctor or medical facilities. Our
Uh,
doctor could always use more facilities.
let's
True.
see. Yes. All right. I guess I could, if you like, we could start gathering information by gathering up some of their lower level guys to find out information for the next tier up.
Sounds like a start.
Yes. You know, we must make sure to bring them in alive and still able to speak. Isn't
And
that
maybe,
right, Datchel?
and maybe Min's got some serums that can help them talk a little bit better.
Hmm.
I'll work on it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I might just bring some bolt cutters with me.
Finger cutters?
Bolt cutters.
Toe cutters?
That would fall under scary weapon or tool, right?
All right, let's think about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go potty real quick, and then
Okay.
we'll do some more stuff.
Okay.
We're gonna take a 4-minute break.
That's a lot of stuff.
I don't know how long that was. So hopefully it was approximately 4 minutes. Now
Didn't time you.
we just talked a bunch about what I think we're gonna do, but I kind of lost track of where we were on the what's gonna happen.
So for starters, does Jenny want to, or does Min want to cast us some counterfeit coins, having the best tinker? So I think we probably want to get them as close as possible to actual currency-looking things, but with some sort of identifying mark that we can say, "Hey, there's bill hooks have been using counterfeit coins. Watch out for this." Then
Okay, sure, yeah. I will. You like a tinker for that, Bob?
Yes.
Okay. Position?
You know what? I take that back. In most cases, I don't want to do rolls for downtime stuff. So for the open play stuff.
Oh.
So yeah, I think it's a thing you can just do,
Okay, I tinker.
and
Yeah.
we'll kind of deal with that when it comes time to pay your bills next time.
What aren't we? Yeah, guys, so I was in the
Oh.
restroom for most of the plan, so I don't actually. Jenny has no idea.
Did
So-
you know how we tell bill hooks, yes, after each score we give you 2 coins. Well, we are having even more difficulty with bill hooks now, and they also we lowered their and our status with blue coats. So we're kind of even. So instead of like paying them good coin, we would like to pay with watered down coin.
Okay, got it. All right. I'll get those. I'll get those figured out and made.
Yep. So examples of 2 coin would be like a fine weapon weekly income for a small business, a fine piece of art, or a set of luxury clothes. Is approximately what you guys, deliver to the bill hooks every time you do a job.
Okay, so we either need just straight up counterfeit money or a copied art piece, or
Yeah, stuff like whatever, however you guys want to do that.
Okay.
To suggestion, not people may disagree, of course, but maybe we will give them one nice pouch coin and one not so nice pouch, so that they can't just immediately spot and say, "Oh, you give us all bad stuff."
Yep, I like it.
Yeah, what I was thinking mechanically is that you guys would keep paying them one coin, but they would all be counterfeit because you're using basically like
Right.
one of them to kind of to create this counterfeit thing. Because I think part of what you're trying to aim for, or what Guthrie's angle is to is to hurt their reputation by allowing
By giving them counterfeit
yeah.
coins
So
that
when
they
they
then
spend it, yeah,
as a-
exactly.
I got it.
yeah. So that's
Yeah, I love it. I think you guys should just do that. And Jenny, I think you wanted to train for your second one.
I did want to train for my second.
Yeah.
one.
So you're look at your character sheet. Even though you only get 1 point for it, you only need 1 point to do resolve.
Resolve, yeah. Like it.
I think Joe did that too.
Um,
And that can potentially get you up to, increase. Yeah, it potentially increases your trait there, which is good.
wait, it does.
Yeah,
But because I put another a point in
exactly.
something different. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
since you put it into sway, now you have a resolve of 2, which means you roll 2 dice for your indulging vice. It's only 1,
Okay.
and that is in general almost twice as good.
Yeah.
Not quite twice as good, but almost twice as good.
Yeah. Nearly.
Any other open play things you guys want to engage in? In that case, I will bring one to you. I think your friend Exeter is going to show up at the at your headquarters. Does anybody remember who Exeter is?
Nope. Not at all.
It does
Exeter.
not even sound familiar.
Okay. Exeter is the name of the contact that you have at the Spirit Wardens.
So it's name, not face.
Exactly, not a face. And you're not even entirely.
That is why I don't remember. I
Exactly.
remember faces, not names.
And it's not 100%. You're not really even confident that it's the same person every time. Just that they ask you to refer to them as Exeter, and yeah, because they have kind of their voice is their voice is modulated when it comes to through the spirit mask that they wear. So you can't tell if it's male or female. I mean, you assume that they're female members, but they all sound basically the same. They kind of have the yeah, just the way the voice is changed when it comes to that mask. It's hard to tell. It is impossible to tell who the person really is. This person arrives and and essentially kind of lets themselves in. I mean, you guys have a really good relationship with the spirit wardens, and they feel kind of open to just kind of walk
They
into
feel
your base.
comfortable.
Yeah, basically.
Need to talk about that because knocking can be really important.
Yep. Looks around the place, sits down and waits for you to, sits down kind of at your like main planning table and waits, for the kind of main group of you to sit down with them to speak.
Okay.
and says, "Hello, I would like to congratulate you on your work in dealing with the with one of the forgotten gods just last month. And I hope that, and we do hope that that you that that was a profitable adventure for you."
Was it?
It was them who did it, because I do not deal with such sisters.
I see. Well, something peculiar occurred. As you are quite aware, we are careful about the use of the ravens when it comes time when you are doing a job, and our relationship has been quite good. I thank you for that. But I must say, we noticed a discrepancy when we cleaned up after your operation. Would any of you venture to guess what that discrepancy may have been?
Really drawn blank here, guys.
So, out of character, because Vetcher has no idea, Aldo turned into a spirit.
Oh,
Not Aldo, your other guy,
yeah, Christoph. Yes.
Yes.
and wasn't collected.
Oh,
You left somebody alive?
I think we left
No,
somebody
he
out.
left somebody dead and not their spirits out there to be collected by the spirit warden. He's a ghost.
Mhm.
Like I
You
said,
left
Vetcher has no
alive?
idea because he wasn't there.
The mask, the masked face like turns and looks at each person around the table. Who all is there, meeting with Exeter?
Vetcher is because Rain is out on a bender.
Yeah, Rain is in hiding right now.
Mhm.
With people like banging on her door looking for her. And people pounding the streets trying to get their money.
Yes.
Dash will be there.
Yeah, Case is there.
I'll be there.
Aldo's there because Christoph's not going to be anywhere near with one of these guys around.
Right, good. So he does look look and they make eye contact with each person around the table
Mm-hmm.
and says, "If you were, if by chance your friend Christoph happens to still be around, we may have work for your group."
Out of character, what interactions have we had with Christoph at all yet? Do we know that we know that he was struck down by the
That is
light demon, but
Yeah, I have that same question. What do
Joe. What do they know?
Let's see. Right now, Christoph hasn't been too active. There might be a few things which moved when they didn't expect it. But
Right.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's still getting used to the whole being
Incorporeal thing?
yeah,
Post
mostly
corporeal.
yeah.
Yeah. post-corporeal life.
Yes. Mhm. Yes.
So,
Yes.
so with the somewhat poltergeist activity around, plus the visit of the spirit warden,
Yeah.
we could actually make the connection that, hey, maybe Christoph is around.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Okay. And so now the spirit warden is offering work for us in the event that Christoph is around. So do we look for a sign? Christoph, give us a sign.
Any matter. Keep your eyes out for us, for anything out of the ordinary, because it would be a unique opportunity to deal with a rival that we've been dealing with here in the city. And Exeter, with that, kind of stands up and straightens their cloak and leaves.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'd stop them on the way out and say, if we were to manage to contact Christoph, would this work out to his advantage or as well? What becomes of his spirit?
It is only natural that all spirits be removed from the city and not um,
Not left to linger?
and we all have our times here on this earth, and it is important that those spirits do not linger overly long. However, as long as, in the event that Christoph is still here, his existence could certainly be prolonged, contingent on its usefulness.
Understood.
Hear that, Christoph? Make yourself useful.
Okay. Let's.
And he leaves.
Mhm.
Yes, no slacking. Everyone pay.
um,
What is the conversation like after he leaves? After Exeter exits?
Exits.
Do we get to go kill something?
So I guess to the table, Christoph was our spirit guy. Lacking Christoph, do we know how to make contact with us?
That is true.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Ouija board?
Maybe.
uh,
Well,
mean-
we got the occult shop next door.
yeah.
I mean, there has to be things that spirits do. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any reason to keep them out of the city.
Yes, they jump in bodies of little girls and parade around as if they are little girls. Very creepy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Somewhere a ghost is rolling his ectoplasmic eyeballs.
That actually happened in Adventure.
Yeah, totally
Mhm.
happened.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, and were Christoph there, he would probably be saying something about not all ghosts, but how? Yeah. A pen on the table levitates and taps against the table a couple times and drops back.
Nice.
All right.
I mean, as corny as it sounds, should we run next door and pick up a Ouija board or the equivalent? Yeah.
Down. I mean, I see no reason not to try it.
So since
Yeah,
it's
spirit
not
board
much
next
out of the
door.
way, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just we'll go seek some way to communicate with Kristoff.
Okay.
And hope that it's Kristoff that we're communicating with.
Yeah, there's always that.
It says it's Kristoff. I mean,
Right.
Yeah. Are you Kristoff? Yes. Okay, good. Good enough for me.
yeah, well, you really know the dude.
Yeah.
No,
Ask him
well,
something only Kristoff would know.
what's that? We don't know.
Yeah. Right. Can anyone confirm that? It's like,
Wait. We ask him to tell us what we should ask him to prove that he's Kristoff.
well, we can at least ask how he died. We do all know that.
Oh.
All right, so we acquire a Ouija board and attempt a seance.
So I think your ghost should have no stress at the moment because
Oh.
wait a second. Wait a second. I was looking at something else. I was looking at the Kristoff, not Ghost of Kristoff.
Yeah.
There we go. That looks more right. I
Yes.
agree. Okay.
All right,
So the table levitates.
and then we go and then we go out and buy a Ouija board.
Deal. You got a Ouija board now.
Yep. And we,
With whom
yeah.
are we speaking? I guess we'll see if he can give us his name.
Okay, I'm digging this. See, this is another example of I have no idea what's going to happen, but I love it when it does. Ghost of Kristoff is typing.
Well, that's perfect.
Guys, I love this game. This makes me so happy.
Oh, we got a message. Look, incoming message. I'm Kristoff, and you have no idea what you are doing. Right. I believe that Min looks up from the board and says, yep, that's Kristoff. Sounds like Kristoff to me. Okay, then what
So,
should we be doing?
How
Tell us.
you doing, buddy?
I went away for this because they went next door to get something from the Dimmer sisters, and I refused to have anything to do with the Dimmers.
Love it.
Right. What's a better way to communicate with you? If someone would loan me their body for a few minutes, I could speak through their mouth. Sure. I'm up. Go for it.
Wow, okie dokie.
I am sure it will be fine.
Yeah, he's just fine.
Oh. Let's see.
Oh yeah, what do animals think of spirits?
I really think it would be fun if Joe were typing something just to me and then I could read it out like as if, yeah. Like in the voice of Kristoff, since it would be my character's voice, but his words and his tone.
I wholeheartedly agree.
It seems like it would take a while.
It could take a while.
It'd be
but
funny.
Yes.
it would
Take
be
a
pretty
while.
funny.
Well, that's having to come up with this in character is
Yeah, so maybe maybe you should maybe you can just grab a a member of the gang nearby to inhabit for a moment.
Mhm.
So I mean, just for everybody's information, I mean, just things that people would know.
All right, we find someone who's very susceptible.
I'm sure you can find Gilbert. Gilbert, the guy who is in your gang.
Yep.
Um,
Like, I mean, like we basically sometimes we accidentally hypnotize Gilbert with.
yeah, exactly. I mean, he's a guy who's definitely shell shocked. He's kind of simple. He's pretty simple minded.
PTSD.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was really sharp and like intellectual before the war, before battle, but then afterwards, like is really just a shell of himself.
Oh,
Um,
that's sad.
it really is. This is not a happy world.
No.
It's very sad. Um, so so again, like for everybody's like as players information, there are 3 different undead playbooks for 3 different like kind of like categories of undead. First of all, there's spirits who just kind of wander around, like incorporeal, and then there are holes, which are robots, like mechanical bodies that are inhabited by a spirit,
Like an automaton?
like an automaton. You guys dealt with one earlier, like this big kind of like a guard out in front of shit, what was his name? The spirit trader guys.
oh yeah.
Flint.
Flint, yes, Flint. And then third are vampires. And vampires are
Are little girls that have spirit inside of them.
no, not quite. So I mean, that was a little girl who was possessed. Vampires are undead bodies that are inhabited by a spirit who go around and have to like consume the life force of other living creatures in order to maintain a semblance of life.
Dark.
Dark, but cool. And thematically appropriate, baby. Which are further options for Christov, incidentally.
Yes.
See how he wants to play this.
Yeah, depending on how you guys want to do stuff. All right, so Gilbert like steps forward, like twitches for a bit, and starts speaking with a voice that is not quite his.
Reminiscent of Kristoff's voice.
And what does it say?
Well, this mind is somewhat smaller than the one I'm used to inhabiting, but I will make do for now. Yes. It is easier to communicate with you through a body like this. I have no idea what the spirit wardens want from me, but it could be an interesting opportunity for all of us.
All right. So you're in. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything we can do for you to make this existence more, I don't know, comfortable? I don't know what your experience is, but anything you need?
You mean like to not be dead? It's a bit late for that, but
Right. I mean, anything we could actually do.
um, in my room here, there is a book of rituals. There is a list of materials on pages 78 through 83. Gather them together in that room.
All right.
Yes. Those could make things a bit easier.
I'll work on the gathering event, I'll make it one of my things, one of my projects.
Nice.
I'll go ahead. Want to throw a long-term project up?
Yeah. Wait, what is this long-term project?
To gather the things from the book that Christoph is asking for. He's asking for
Yeah,
basically,
so just
I'm interpreting it as ingredients to a recipe or something.
gathering for Christoph or whatever.
Yep.
Hey, Christoph. Hey, Joe, can you go ahead and
You mean like that?
got it? Yep, that is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Boom. We have a new long-term project called Make a Body for
Body
Krista.
for Christoph.
This is a mechanical body.
Does it have to be in the size and shape of a small girl?
Or I thought it would be like Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. This would be a humanoid body and a ritual to create it. To get him to inhabit it.
Frankenstein?
Yeah, I mean, so I think, yeah, it would involve like several dead bodies. Probably the combination of several dead bodies and some other like regions and stuff.
Ash can help out a lot there.
Oh.
So it sounds like Joe is aiming for the vampire.
Oh, is that what's going on?
I believe so.
Oh dear.
Joe can correct me if I'm wrong.
He's not talking. Afraid you might be right, man.
Mhm.
All right. So, now what? Do we start looking for those ingredients?
Oh, so those would
Or do we
be
have another
down. So like
that would be a downtime.
yeah,
thing
those would be
to-
downtime
to
activities,
get
like
ingredients.
mechanically,
Like get-
and um. So, like, if you want to pursue this, like, if you want to pursue, like, Christoph doing work with these spirit wardens, that would be like going and contacting spirit wardens or, like, going through contacts there. Alternatively, again, I want it to be completely open. If you just like go to, you can all like kind of go to your individual contacts if you want, or like, investigate however you want, or we can kind of look at the as you're escalating things with the bill hooks, look at the what am I trying to say? The turf map on your crew sheet and see like come up with an explanation for like why like taking over the bill hooks or like attacking the bill hooks in some way and taking over something from them would be like taking more turf for you.
Got it.
Like it looks like with connected, there's a vice den, an infirmary, a fixer, an envoy, and turf that are connected to your light, that are extensions out from what you already have.
So I think, like, I'm interested in the spirit warden's job.
Yeah, I was going to say, while Christoph is here, let's go ahead and ask him how comfortable do you feel working for the Spirit Wardens at this point?
Um, uh, since we have a good relationship with them, I do not feel that they would be too much of a threat to my continued existence. Mm, shall we say I'm cautiously optimistic about dealing with them.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think so.
And-
My vote would be for our short term dealing with the Spirit Wardens and continue undermining the bill hooks for the long term before making a bigger play.
Cool. So, like, this is like part of why I wanted, like, what I kind of said at the beginning before we started is, this was an idea that I thought was really cool. Like using Christoph as a spirit, to help with spirit wardens, with their thing. But I don't want you guys, again, I don't want to lead you too much down a path. I want to leave it open as much as I can to, like, if there's other things you guys want to do, 100%, I want to support that. And again, I have like a bunch of different like outlines like in my pocket ready to go if you guys are like, hey, I want to go talk to this contact and see what they have instead of pursuing this other thing.
I mean, but this sounds to me, me personally, it sounds interesting to do a job with the spirit wardens and to kind of explore the abilities of our new, our friend has some potentially new abilities and things. I'm curious to see what that's like and explore that. As a gamer, I want to explore that aspect of this world.
Cool.
But but I'm also like cool with whatever everybody else wants to do.
Yeah, as long as we're still in this, open world, like explore as you will sort of universe.
Yeah, like I think so. I'm not feeling railroaded. What about you guys?
No, I
No,
mean,
no,
so-
I just do not wish to work with dimmer systems. Anything else is probably okay.
Can I kill something?
Well, I mean, they might already be dead. How do you feel about re-killing something?
If it is
If I can
dead,
kill
then shouldn't it stay dead? So yes, you would be doing good job making sure things stays dead.
Do you hear that, Christoph?
Yeah,
But yes, I'm still here. I can still hear you.
So, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. I had a funny thing I was gonna say, and then I didn't, and then I forgot.
somebody else said something.
Yeah,
funny
and
else.
then what did we have? Oh, I was gonna say, I love, like, there's no explanation for why, but I love that that Vetra just does not like the witches.
Yeah, I have no idea why either. I just determined that that was a thing.
Again, super cool with this. I love this. I love this part of the game. This is kind of like emergent storytelling instead of me like writing out like what I think overall is gonna happen. Groovy. Okay, so so you guys got to reach out through your contacts, and Christoph comes back, or I think we'll meet you someplace at some sort of neutral location.
You mean the exit guy?
Exeter. Yes.
Yeah.
Exetor,
Yep. Exeter meets you somewhere.
the name without face.
Exactly. Exeter says, "We do have work for you. There is an opponent within this city There's an organization called the Path of Echoes.
Could you repeat that?
The Path of Echoes.
Could you repeat that?
No.
Echoes.
The path of echoes, 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 echoes.
Thank you so much. You were the worst person in my life. No.
Oh, maybe.
They do not see the spirits as the threat that they are. And
Well, if they're a threat to you, that might imply that they're a threat to us.
they are a threat to all. They are a threat to all humanity. But the Path of Echoes sees them as a way to learn about things and to engage in historical thought and such. These things are these potential benefits pale next to the vile threat that the spirits pose to us. Know that, and I'm sure you all know, that spirits inevitably fall to depravity and hatred of all that lives.
Yes, history is very bad. As they say, those who remember history are destined to repeat it.
Exactly.
Let's remember. Nice.
So
So you
Our
want
meeting.
to infiltrate this group and report back on their actions or something because they're using ghosts as historians?
Very astute of you. Yes, this organization embraces spirits. A number of them exist within their unit, within their organization. And
It makes perfect sense. They repeat history, thus echoes.
Oh,
yes. But we do not know much of this organization. We wish to know who are some of the human leaders of it. If we can infiltrate them and find out who they are, we can eliminate them.
See,
Okay.
Dashel, you can kill. He said eliminate.
yeah, I think that's yeah. Well, what that
Worked
did.
for me.
Note that this first job is simply identifying who they are. There will be, assuming this is successful, there will be obviously further work for the particular talents of your organization.
Brush your teeth and go to bed.
All right. Do we have any contacts information or do we just assume that because we've got a friend whose body
You wish to put our ghost on street corner? Yes.
sounds like it.
That is exactly what we wish for.
Like in fishnets?
Yes. You make him very attractive to Path of Echoes.
Got it.
Whatever works for you. Yes. He can whore it up as much as he wishes. And Exeter stands, you know,
And
and
exits.
yep, and exits.
This is like a motif for this dude.
It is.
Or a person, I don't know.
So so yeah, that's what I want to get to. So I think the way Christoph sees the world, I mean, because the spirit world is like this. I see like spirit energy is sort of like electrical energy. Oh, you know, this the kind of ethereal electrical energy. Like so, like everything that Christoph sees is like this. Like everything is black except for like these like the ethereal like electrical outlines of objects and particularly people. And
That is why they have electric bars and such on windows to keep out.
exactly. No, like let's exactly why. Yeah. So that is, and it is what, and I think in particular, Vetcher glows kind of a different color than everybody else. In like sort of kind of ironically is more real to a ghost than most other people.
Ah,
If that makes sense, like he
that's
has more of an electrical presence than most other people do.
Shocking.
Exactly.
Yes, it is a high pro glow.
Jeez,
Oh God.
we're such bad people. Um,
Hey, Bob,
yep.
do we have an address or a location for the headquarters for these
Not
Echo?
at all. This is part of the problem, right? I mean, this is part of the mission, right? Is figuring out who the hell these guys are and where they are.
yeah.
So we don't have any entree.
They are not in phone book.
No, they are not.
Big case? Would any of your contacts help us out on this?
So I could talk to the librarian I have in Charter Hall, and but she's an information broker, so maybe at least get an idea of where more spirits may have been picked up. So maybe there's just more activity around where they're operating, but I doubt whether I mean, I can ask, right, if she's heard of Path of Echoes, but
So the way you're going to approach her is going to be like, so are you going to say like, hey, I'm looking for the Path of Echoes? You're going to like have like you're going to approach her as like, hey, I have this issue that I want to work on, or I have like this spirit that I want to deal with.
well, actually, so they're all about being historians, right? So maybe, yeah, so as a librarian, has she heard of this order of apparent historians called the Path of Echoes? And
Oh, okay. That's an angle I hadn't thought of. Cool.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so I think you go to library, meet with your librarian. Says, oh, peace, my friend. Welcome. Are you are you browsing for anything in particular? I apologize that I think that we haven't received anything else in the on the subject of demon lore.
well, it's understandably hard to come by. But I'm a patient man. Um, uh, but what brings me here today um, is more of a historical matter. So I've learned recently of a organization within Duskfall which has a unique approach to obtaining historical records. They actually deal with spirits, so it seems. They go by the Path of Echoes, if you've heard.
That's what you say. Interesting. And these are people who like talk to spirits or whatever.
So it seems they actually employ, if you could say, these spirits as historians.
I was quite certain that spirits were the things we were trying to keep out of the city. Why would anybody wish to speak with them?
Spirits. So it seems that spirits can retain knowledge even after the loss of their corporeal form. But um, such a such an undertaking seems not without risks for sure.
See, well, why are you interested? I must ask.
Um, I seek all avenues of information.
And I ask in particular because you seem because my well, uh, I've heard that you are quite friendly with the spirit wardens, and they would not, if they knew you were snooping around with the Path of Echoes, I'm quite certain they would object to such activities.
I'm certain myself as well. But until I've met with the path, I don't know what what benefits or dangers they may pose. Or if it turns out that they are not but a danger to our society, perhaps turning them over to the spirit wardens is the best course of action. But without without any knowledge on the path of echoes myself, I cannot make a decision on such a path.
Yeah, so she's like the whole time you're talking, like you're following her around as she's like filing books and stuff. And she's like, she has a cart that she's putting, she's putting books away on the shelves. So if I now if I did know somebody from that organization, or association, or whatever you want to call it, uh, why would they wish to meet with you? What would you have to offer them?
Mostly
Uh,
ghostly.
Now that is an interesting question. I have access to a small amount of material wealth as well as uh, any manner of skills to skills or services to offer.
I see. Well, I mean, if you could imagine, just hypothetically, I mean, somebody die, somebody wealthy dies, and there's, quite a bit of wealth that might be available to them. So material wealth may not be of interest to such a group, but skills. Somebody, I mean, if I might say, corporeal with skills, might be of interest to them. So, if I was to arrange a meeting for you, um, what kind of services do you think you and your associates would be willing to offer?
Um, well, obviously, given our relationship with the spirit wardens, nothing that would endanger such relationship. But outside of that, were pretty capable at all manner of feats, especially if they need the generation of more spirits, as it were. Yes.
See. Well, she she does something interesting. She like she's about to put a book on a shelf, but instead she rips a page out of it and scribbles a bit on it, and then puts the book away, and then hands you the sheet of paper. On the sheet of paper, it gives you a location and a time.
Many thanks, Celia.
Oh, and she doesn't even respond. She's just like pushing her cart away, and filing books away.
We'll have to meet for on social occasion sometime in the future.
Again, doesn't even like respond. She's pushing her cart.
And well, yeah, take my leave. Take my leave. So. And I head back and share such information with the group. So we've got a meeting time and place. Or either meeting with the Path of Echoes or getting ambushed by something else. One or the other.
The medium load.
Medium load. I'm gonna take another restroom break. I think it's gonna be 3 minutes long.
Okay.
A 3-minute restroom break.
I could always shoot them so they don't get anything.
Wait, isn't Kristoff already dead? What would shooting him do?
I don't know. Prevent them from coming back?
I mean, would it? Do we know that?
Your only tool's a hammer.
and if it doesn't work, use a bigger hammer.
Oh.
It's
Right.
legit.
Yeah.
All right, so meeting back with the group. What happens next?
I mean, I guess we pack a load and go to this meeting time and place for the Path of Echoes.
Yep. Are we taking along Gilbert or just Kristoff in ghost form? Poor Gilbert.
Well, I mean, I guess that's up to Kristoff and Gilbert. Those two being the ones involved with the. So, Kristoff, what's the plan? Are you going as a rider on Gilbert, or are you? Do we get a jar or something?
Let's see.
What queek?
Can you share the bottle with the Demon of Light?
No.
You guys are already well acquainted. So.
That would not work especially well.
What happens if you put both of them in the jar and then shake it up?
Well,
They flat?
you open it, the demon gets out.
That's a important detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's it gonna be, Christoph?
Oh. I'd be more likely to be able to do something traveling inside the body rather than in a
Okay.
jar.
Incidentally, in inhabiting Gilbert, the vision, like what you see looking out of his eyes is kind of a hybrid of the two. Um, like the visible light and kind of ghost sense kind of mess with each other, like you see kind of both of them at the same time. Which means like you don't get like the full benefits of either one, really. It's kind of frustrating and it's the kind of thing that would take a lot of getting used to like really get use out of.
Mhm.
Um, I think as a result, as he's walking around with Kristoff's body, or with with Gilbert's body, he kind of has kind of an awkward gait and like occasionally like stumbles into things and
I'm picturing like if you've ever worn 3D glasses at the movie theater, but when it wasn't a 3D film, so you're getting
something like that. Like his vision is a little weird, and like the movement is also weird. Um, yeah, because he's like operating it like a marionette. Like he's like, okay, now I need to move this leg. Now I need to move this leg. Not like, okay, I'm gonna walk over there. It has to be like step by step,
right.
and like kind
Yeah.
of relearn how to use the body.
Mhm.
Or learn how to use this body.
Yeah,
Yes.
poor Gilbert.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you can like in the background feel Gilbert kind of bewildered and frustrated at the situation, but also like not really like able to push you out.
Oh, I thought we were giving Gilbert a choice about
We
this.
were, but I think it's kind of scary for him too.
Thanks.
So I guess we will make the way to our meeting,
Find a
occasionally apologizing to folks on the street for our drunken friend. Don't mind him.
Mhm.
death by a spirit.
Yeah.
Too many spirits,
Okay. So you go to the location. It's a park that is in kind of on the edge of Brightstone, kind of close to Six Towers. And you wait there for a while, and you're met by a person in kind of a long cloak, but um, with like scarves wrapped around their face, so really just the eyes appear, are visible.
Okay.
Um, the scarves seem kind of like they're probably Eruvian. They're like have designs and stuff on them. So they're kind of like in different color, like purples and
So do they look
orange
familiar
and stuff.
to me?
What's that?
Do they look familiar to me?
No, they don't. This person does not look familiar to at all.
No, the patterns and the
Um,
designs.
um, not not as like a signature way, no, but like like more like, oh yeah, that's paisley, and that's that's zigzags and stuff. Like
Well, because
those
you
are
said
these are
that it was
common, yeah,
Eruvian,
yeah.
and she's
Uh,
Well,
and
like, oh yeah, these are common Arabian designs.
that's what I
so
was.
can we
I was
make
like,
initial readings in Eruvian then and see if they
Yeah,
respond in kind?
They do. This woman does not respond like to the Eruvian the greetings, but says a good evening to you. I am told that you wish to meet with the Path of Echoes.
Indeed. I understand that if there were something in the way of historical knowledge that maybe was hard to come about from books per se, that you could assist such pursuits.
And precisely what historical knowledge do you seek?
Out of character, I realized we probably should have come up with what our story was.
Well,
I mean, like, that's what we do now.
yeah, that
Yeah.
seems like a flashback
Yeah,
opportunity. What
flashback.
are you guys doing?
Of us coming back, coming up with our plan.
Who's after
Maybe
any
it
sort of
will
historical knowledge?
benefit
Actual.
you to know more about your demon guy that you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, well, that's so. Yeah. So I will come back and say. So, do you possess history of other lands beyond Duskwall?
Some, but there are many lands beyond Duskwall. Duskwall is a small part of this vast world. Although most fail to see the great extent and lives very small lives.
Say I was interested in some of the hidden practices by the nobility of Eruvia.
Hidden practices. Do you speak of the royal orgies, perhaps?
Something darker.
Oh, I don't know that you can get much darker than the royal orgies.
um, so deals with creatures not of our realm, or which may have been present at said royal orgies.
There's much information out there. I don't know precisely what you wish to learn, but all knowledge comes at a price.
Say, I just wish to know about the family line of trying to find nice. I give a name
Sure. I mean, yeah.
in my bio. I don't remember if I. Where's
We're standing in a park. Is that right?
Yes. But again, like this whole world is dark pretty much all the time. Yeah, like the sun never shines. So there are like a few lights. I think the park here, again, it's in Brightstone, so it is like one of the nicer areas of town. So I think a park in this sense is mostly like some, a handful of statues, some benches and things. Um, no trees. I mean, trees are dead shit. So it's kind of like a broad open space. There are a few people kind of hanging around, like at benches, some distance away and stuff. But yeah, this is a group of like the whatever 6 of you, kind of congregating around.
Okay.
So it's a more of a wide open space than a
Yeah, certainly not a green space, right?
right, and it doesn't really have.
I
I mean,
really,
we're standing here talking to her, and there's not really a whole lot of places where other people can be hiding and stuff like that.
Some, but not a lot. No.
I'm really picturing like post-apocalyptic playground. So there's like a merry-go-round and a rusted old slide.
I mean, that could be true.
A
That
frame
could,
for a swing set.
sure. I
That,
mean,
but the
I think
swings have
that could
all
be
been
true of
really
some
big,
parts of Dusk Ball, but I
but
think
not this part.
this is like the nicer part of Dusk
Good,
Ball.
got it.
So in this area, there are lights here. So they're like street lights, and there are a number of rather pleasant statues of various people and different animals and stuff. Um, but and there are like benches for people to sit, and there are kind of wide open spaces for people to like, if people, and occasionally people like jog and like, kind of, play games and stuff out here. But overall, I mean, there's not a lot of plant life because
So I
it's
don't
not
really
the end of the world, baby.
I don't really have to tell dog to scout or search because we can pretty much see
Most
most
everything.
stuff around us.
Yeah, most everything. I mean, you're pretty sure with your rifle you could find a spot, where you wouldn't be, or nobody would see you.
Right.
As long as there was nobody better than you or as good as you out here. Fine.
I'm sure we're fine.
How close are we to this individual?
I mean, maybe you're right there talking to her.
I want dog to get a good whiff of her so if she leaves, we could track her.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm just going to let the others do the talking.
Okay, so from my backstory, the family that I had falling out with, we'll call that the Kasaran family.
Okay.
So I will say that I am seeking any history of the Kasaran noble family of Aruvia, or perhaps even any information about the black sand snake.
Interesting. Now this may be actionable.
What would be the price of such information? And what assurance do I have of any measure of safety dealing with these spirits or staying under the radar of the spirit wardens?
All right. So for my information, did Christoph come along with this group as Gilbert? So so this woman gestures towards Gilbert and says, perhaps if we can negotiate with your friend here. It seems they are the reason you are here, is it not?
Seems a fair assumption.
Excellent. Then I believe we understand each other. And you are of a similar mind?
Yep.
I'd hope to hear that answer. The establishment is not kind to the mysteries that came before, and fail to understand the value of them. Perhaps we shall find a way to find mutual benefit and enlightenment.
Such an agreement sounds interesting. And how could we move forward?
Meet me in
Such
meet me in 6 towers, at the smallest of the 6 towers. Come tomorrow at noon, and I believe we will open your friend's eyes to the possibilities of the future.
and for this, we can seek information ourselves.
I assure you, you will learn much. And as for the specific knowledge you seek, I think perhaps we'll be able to help you. I shall endeavor to find someone who can.
Appreciate your time.
If you are open to the possibilities. I would say the metaphysical possibilities.
I've done much to seek out information, and I'm willing to go down whatever routes it takes.
That is what I wish to hear. Very good. Then perhaps I will see you tomorrow at noon. But know that I will not think any less of you if you do not show up. This is a um, this is a path that few find
Part.
that few find themselves with the ability to follow.
And the dead
So,
are haunting.
It's not me.
You okay, Gilbert?
I love you so much,
Yeah.
Joe.
He had the little ghost in his throat.
It happens. Sorry, Gilbert. Gilbert's like, what? He's a man. What's up?
How about drinks on us? So,
All right, man.
so we have much to discuss this night. So,
Okay.
I guess
And yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. Essentially, we do have much to discuss. So, you want to continue such discussion in this session, or is it going to pick up next?
Yeah, I think we'll probably pick up next. I mean, we're like it's 9:30 where I'm at, so
Well,
Yep.
does she leave?
yes, yep. She leaves.
Do we want to try and trail her?
I think we already have a meeting. I don't know if I would want to risk it, but well, I mean, you're stealthy, right?
Pretty.
So that is up to you.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
not
we're
I'm not gonna try to trailer personally, but
What you want to do, Pete?
Well, I'll give her a good head start and wait till she's out of sight. I'm also going to look around the area to see if there's,
she's had her own backup.
yeah, she's got her own backup. Anybody watching us? And then I'm going to tell Dog trail and see if Dog can, take her scent and follow her.
Yeah. So I think looking around, I mean, you don't see anybody who's obviously was watching you or on your tail. You follow her for a while, and you go probably like I don't know, like 8 or 9 blocks. Before it's like the figure stops and like looks confused, like stops, like seems confused for a while, and then seems to like suddenly become like particularly aware, like aware of themselves, takes the scarves off and stuff, and just um seems confused about where they are, and then just kind of goes a different direction than they were headed before.
So
Oh,
based on
interesting.
my knowledge, she may have been possessed by somebody.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Well, I will head back to the group and pass on that little bit of information.
So with that little bit of information, one of the questions to Christoph is going to be, how do we prevent possession of ourselves? How does one prevent possession?
Yeah.
Spirit Bane charms? Would that help?
Spirit Bane charms would give you an extra die on the resist rolls. Yes. They're generally the thing that most people rely on to protect themselves from such things.
Okay. All right, drinks for Gilbert.
Yeah,
We'll...
go. All right. Really good game, guys. I really enjoyed this. Like, this is like, the 100% role playing session.
Getting better in my note taking, so I actually have the names down of who's in my past and whatnot.
Incidentally, I have not been taking notes, so I will be relying on yours, sir, for names and such, because I don't have them.
All right.
And we are making this up as we go. Any comments or questions for the session?
No, thank you for being game master.
I love that you even do your out of character comment. Thank you. I love you so much, Lehman.
I love you too, Bob.
Awesome. All right, guys. Great job tonight. This is awesome. I am super enjoying this game. This is cool stuff.
Yeah,
And
it's really fun. It's very different than what I thought and what I feared, and I'm enjoying it extremely.
yeah, me too. And whatever we do next, so it's Lehman, so we've been every other week been going more into old school games, and I've been almost as a response taking us more into new school games.
Oh, I like both as long as I know what I'm getting into and not expecting one thing and getting into the other. With this one is very interesting because the mechanics and everything is new school, but the injuries are entirely old school.
Yeah, the tone is very. It's kind of old school tone. Like it's harsh. Like the penalties are harsh.
Like, Torg Eternity, which I love. I mean, I'm the freaking line developer. But it's you get done with an act and all your shot goes away and probably all your wounds go away, and it serves its purpose of being cinematic, TV shows, movies, where this one is just brutal with healing. So it's fun.
Oh yeah.
I like the combination.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like how we have to do a little bit of work, like to make the mechanically there are things that are like the empire building, which I think like Pete is really into. I know like Pete is into the
Mhm.
like sort of like building a group and building like your empire, right?
Yep.
But like and what I want to do more of is like the role playing on top of it, like the emergent storytelling that comes around it. And that is what I'm really enjoying from this game. Like I said, like I don't know where this game is going, and I'm excited to learn it. To see where it goes with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe maybe the Path of Echoes is the threat that that's going to destroy the whole that threatens to destroy the whole world. Maybe it's the god that's maybe it's the forgotten god that Vetra is feeding. Maybe it's something else entirely. Maybe it's the undying emperor. Who knows?
Yeah, we've
No,
got
there is
Kotar.
no way God, known as Web of Pain, will do anything bad.
Exactly. This is so cool. Exactly. So I'm having a lot of fun, guys, and I hope everybody else is too.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Cool.
thanks again, and
Thank you.
catch
Everybody.
everybody later.
Alrighty.